So I have something interesting to show you guys about Destined Rivals that I didn't think was going to happen, to be honest, but it did. So I've talked about the prices with Destined Rivals before in the booster boxes. How when they were at 320, which as you can see here, the lowest listed is a little bit different. When they were listed at 320, I really was like, you know what? I know people are paying these crazy prices, and I told you guys, you know what? Buying one box now, maybe it's not the worst idea. If you want one for your collection just to get it secured, whatever, right? But I wouldn't buy large amounts and pre-order large amounts really at 320 because I really believed it was risky. A lot of factors of why it was risky. But at that price point, I'm like, it's ridiculously high. But I did say it was possible. It was possible that prices would continue to go up from 320 by the time the set gets released. Possibly it might go up to, who knows, maybe like 400, 500. It's possible, right? Anything's possible in this market. But something recently has come up which I didn't even think was going to happen, but it kind of proves my point here. 320 was crazy, okay? It can get crazier. This might be a small blip we're seeing here, but prices for booster boxes have already gone down so much significantly, and there's actually a good amount of supply that people have listed for this price point, and guess what? There's been tons of sales. So by the time you're watching this, I don't know if these are going to still be available. Hopefully they still are, but buying at this price point might not be the worst thing ever, okay? So if I were you, right, and you still haven't ordered any, Destined Rivals, and you didn't buy at 320, which would be smart in my opinion. I didn't buy any. Buying at this price point is not the worst thing ever. I'm going to say that. So if you were maybe just planning on buying one booster box, maybe above 300 just to get one, whatever, I still wouldn't, but if you did that, whatever. At this point, since we're seeing this crash, right, that I'm saying here with the prices, at this point, this is not terrible. I'm not going to lie to you. I wouldn't say to invest large amounts of money because it's still expensive, but it's a huge discount compared to what we saw before. So booster boxes, just booster boxes, because I'll show you other products is just this, have gone down from 320 all the way down to the 270s, which in my opinion is crazy that this even went down that much, because I really thought 320 was sort of the floor, maybe 300, and it would just continue to go up because I was like, you know what? Who's going to charge less than whatever market is? People are paying 320 for these booster boxes. Still like 40, 50 we're selling every single day. Who's going to charge less than that? But apparently a lot of stores, because prices have gone down to 270 for these booster boxes. As you can see here, look at this. Look at the chart. So yes, at one point these were selling for 400, which was ridiculous. And then it dropped. It dropped to 300. Still, look how many sales, right? But then it dropped to 320. Now you can see it dropped to 320 for about a week. And you can see there were still 40 to 50 sales during this time period. But just recently, right, prices for the past couple of days, there's been a lot of listings for $270, and they're still available. So prices have dropped all the way from where it was at 400, which was ridiculous, right, all the way now to 270. Now, looking at 270 for Destined Rivals, it doesn't seem that bad because, when you take this into comparison with like Journey Together, for example, Journey Together peaked at 300, it dropped to 250, and then it dropped to 215 to where it's at now. 275 for Destined, like I said, it's not the worst thing ever, but it's not that great either. So, but it's a lot more attractive, obviously, than 320. So this could be a buying opportunity. If you want to buy this, I'm telling you, this is not that bad. But I wouldn't still buy large amounts. I'm still sticking to what I said before. I'm still trying to find them in the low 200s because I'm not buying cases of these at 275. That's, in my opinion, that's ridiculous. I'm not paying that much and buying cases and cases. That's crazy. But if you want to buy a few boxes and secure some and kind of average out, maybe they do go down further. Maybe find a few deals. That could be a thing. But for me, buying at this price point at 275, it's not that attractive to me. So I'm still kind of iffy. But I'm telling you, if you were on board of buying at 300 and you really thought this was going to go higher up, well, here's an even bigger discount at 275. So you can see here, look at the sales. It's like now 100 plus boxes being sold because of this price, which shows the strength, right? But look at how many other stores are selling. So this is just one listing here. There's only one available. Here we have one listing for 275. There's 10 available here. There's here also 275. There's only 2. But this one seller here has 193, which is a good amount, which you look at the sales volume could last maybe a couple of days. Then this seller here has only 4. Then it goes back up to 320. Now, people probably will continue to list their pre-orders and their availability. So it's possible this might go from 275 when it sells out, might go back up to above 300. But then maybe some people put pre-orders up and it'll be less. things are going to fluctuate a lot. But just looking at this, stores are willing to sell under what it was before at 320. So this is a sign that, possibly, the price you were paying before at 300 was way too inflated, and stores noticed that, and they were just willing to sell at, under 300 because they're still making a ton of money, but at the same time, they're not like undercutting the market way too much. But I'm actually just surprised in general that a lot of these stores did price it like $50 under what market price was previously because people were paying it. So some interesting stuff with Destined Rivals. Let me know down in the comments below if you guys picked anything up at this price point. Did you notice on TCG Player that prices did drop for these? Because honestly, I really haven't paid attention to Destined Rivals on TCG Player because it's still really far out from the release date, so it's not really that much to talk about. But I noticed this happened, so I wanted to talk about it, and it was very interesting that it did drop. It could drop more. It could, not drop any more than this. Maybe this is the lowest it's going to drop. That's very possible because I really didn't think prices were going to drop any more than 320 or around 300 from what it was at because of the amount of hype that there was around the set. But it did happen. Now other products, it's just the booster boxes. I don't know why it's just booster boxes, but if you look at ETBs, still prices are $160 for an ETB, which is ridiculous. I'm telling you, none of these are good buys. Regular ETB selling for this amount, and look at how many people are buying. It's crazy. People don't understand that these will get scalped at Walmarts and Targets, and prices will crash. We saw it with Journey Together. It's gonna happen with this set. So if you're buying at 160, just be prepared for that big price drop. It's gonna happen. So people are still paying. Prices still haven't changed. I don't know why it's just the booster boxes where prices really there are people listing them for under market, but ETBs are still 160, which is crazy. Now moving on, booster bundles, as you can see here, still at $83, but not really many people are buying them because it's a ridiculous price. But there's still a few people pre-ordering these at the price. Sleeve boosters, I don't know. Some of these products are so weird why they don't have any listings. But you can see here, just there's really no sales, so really not much to talk about here. Then the Build and Battle box, as you can see, it's at $80, which makes no sense. There's still been a few sales, but obviously, no one's really buying this because it's crazily priced. So that's all I want to talk about with this news about Destined Rivals and the booster boxes. They have, not really, crashed a little bit of an over-exaggeration, right? But I wanted to emphasize this point and make this video that paying that ridiculous $320 price was not very smart, and people are willing to sell under that, which I was kind of surprised by how much. And in the future, there may be more people selling or having pre-orders available for less than even $275 or less than market, because I really think 300, it was really like, even if this does go to 400, 500, whatever, when it gets released, right? I still think prices we'll see insane price drops because not many people, when the set comes out, are going to be willing to pay that much. And I feel like stores, I don't know if on TCG Player you're able to cancel pre-orders. I think you might be able to without any charge. So there might be also some people canceling their pre-orders at 320, maybe if they were able to buy and saw that they were at 275 now. I'm not exactly sure how pre-orders work on TCG Player, but I think I saw somewhere before you can cancel pre-orders without any sort of negative things or negative outcomes of doing that. So just want to update on the prices of Destined Rivals booster boxes. Let me know down in the comments, did you buy any on this little price drop, or are you still waiting for it to go down further? Are you waiting for maybe more places to have them available for pre-orders? Personally, I'm not buying at 275. I'll tell you just honestly, I told you guys before, most I'm willing to pay is like low 200s. I'm not paying high 200s because I just don't see this new set, even though it's a Team Rocket set, whatever, I don't see it how a $275 booster box is like a good investment. Like, I don't see it. Even with the amount of hype, like 275, for there to even be decent, like even a chance that I could possibly, hold on to the product and make some sort of money like 3 months after release, it would have to go up to like at least 350 for it to even make any sense. Like, and I don't see that happening. So that's why I'm not willing to buy it at 275. But if you are in it, for the long term, maybe it is not the worst thing ever, but still, it's ridiculous. I'm not paying 275. Lowest I'm paying, or highest I'm paying, is low 200s. So just an update on the pricing. Hope you guys enjoyed. Let me know in the comments below. Once again, did you buy any on this drop? Let's end this video. Hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you in the next one.